for time to throw for Clash Champs. We've got P. Castro, Leo, Loop. I think we have Patolino in there as well, but P. Castro is already starting us off here very early with that Skelly Donut. Lalo.
He's going in with the Skelly Bat Donut here, gets the Inferno Tower, gets the Clan Castle building. The perfect start for him. Now he's got the Flame Flinger working on the left side of the base, trying to get some early funnel value here, snipe some of those defenses. Notice how he drops the King just in time to distract that Expo as the Flame Flinger is about to step up a little bit. So nicely done. The heroes making their way in on the left side. Well, at least the King and Ice Golem and Valkyrie. The Queen might wrap around toward the right now. She has the Golem over there working with her. If the King steps in for that left multi, I think that's what he wanted. But the King decides to walk around the other way, and the Expo gonna lock onto the Flame Flinger because of that. Uh-oh. A Dragon Rider in his Flame Flinger as well. Instead of Yetis, might not be getting as much value as he wanted over on that left side of the base.
Yeah, that left-hand side looking a little bit tough. I mean, that World Champion is low, but a little bit problematic there. That scatter shot's gonna stay up. The aura from the Flame Flinger is still doing some work, but it's not gonna be enough to get that scatter shot down. And we've got our World Champion now going in towards that right-hand side and trying to get some of those scatter shots and the Expo down, but we got some more traps distracting that World Champion, and it's all about getting these loons towards the Town Hall, and the Eagle Artillery is already hitting hard, so we use that Warner ability already. We speed up those loons to fly towards the Town Hall by investing that haste there, and we avoid that Giga Poison. We lost a bunch of loons there.
He did lose a lot of balloons. The Eagle Artillery still up, doing a lot of damage. Is devastating for Pete Castro here. The Sui, the hero dive, just unfortunately not getting the value that Pete Castro needed. He still has a ton of free spells left over here. I can't help but wonder if he would have froze the Town Hall a couple times instead of popping the Warden abilities so early, if he could have gotten a little bit more. But it's too little, too late, as the Warden struggling here to stay alive. The Eagle Artillery just hitting him so hard. The last free spell there getting 0 value, and the minions might not be able to pick up too much percent either.
Yeah, the Eagle Artillery picking off the last few troops that we deployed for cleanup, and that King's there as well. That one minion on that one storage on its own with only 13 seconds. There's not much more coming in from that minion. We will get that extra storage down, but after that, this minion will be off of this base here, and 82% 2-star coming in from P. Castro, which means it does leave the window open for Navi to take that early lead.
It does indeed. The base here just pretty well built against this sort of setup, I guess, or P. Castro just wasn't able to get his King into the right compartment there. It seemed like he wanted his King to take out the left Inferno Tower, the left Expo, but King had other plans, dipping out toward the right side to go with the Archer Queen, left that Expo up to retarget onto the Flame Flinger, and just one small thing going wrong led to a snowball effect of a lot of other things going wrong. The Eagle Artillery stayed up, the CC troops did not even take out that left scatter shot, and unfortunately the Lalo wasn't able to make up for all of that.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit of a domino effect, as you mentioned. It was just one thing after each other, and it was just too much to push through. And I think those freezes may have been valuable around the Town Hall, like you also mentioned, but only it's a little bit too late to see if that would have panned out like that. But Gaku again opening up here for Navi, and let's see if this one will be a little bit more helpful since they're on the second attack of the war now. Had an extra few minutes to plan an attack, and we've got the Wing Charge Lalo coming in here again, another classic, and we're putting a Flame Flinger on that southern side. There is a mortar that Gaku does have to be careful of, and let's see how this one continues. We've got the funneling for the scatter shot compartment. The Queen can get some nice value as she walks towards that left-hand side as we fight that enemy World Champion first, raising up the Queen as well as the healers to make sure that we don't force that ability too soon, and we can get some really nice value from the Queen here.
Yes, as Queen gets the scatter shot, he really needs her to go in for the Inferno Tower next. He's going to use the invisibility spell to ensure she walks perfectly to that Inferno Tower. If she had gone south into that other compartment, it would have been devastating for the healers. So nicely done there, directing his Queen. Poison spell to deal with the CC troops, and look at this nice little wall breaker, going to allow Queen access not only to the middle multi, but to the town hall as well. And if she steps in a certain way, she could eventually get the eagle too.
Yeah, this is looking really promising. I mean, the Queen's taking quite a bit of a hit, and with these healers being knocked back, Gaku will have to invest these Queen ability here. And the good thing is that there isn't a monolith around that town hall compartment. Usually they're around that area, so this is really nicely identified that, you know, you can send that Queen charge into that town hall compartment, and there's not too much damage coming in on that Queen there. We are investing a freeze, however, since that raged up Expo,
no.
and the other thing is the Queen's actually trailing all the way through to that Eagle Atsuri compartment, and she still goes down because another Expo hitting her there from that tower, the Eagle Atsuri area.
Oh, this might be worst case scenario for Gaku. The Lalo struggling against the sweeper. The Queen dies early. He's going to send the King in to try and get the Town Hall with 2 Headhunters to fight the enemy King. With the Phoenix ability there, I think King will be able to take it out. Now he has to make a decision on where to send the Royal Champion. I'm not sure if it's possible to recover this 3-star still without any spell support whatsoever. He might just have to look for the best percentage possible.
Yeah, that King with the revive from the Phoenix does come in clutch here, and will be able to hopefully get that Town Hall down. But this Builder Hut's doing a lot of work, and the Phoenix at the very, very end there helping out does get that Town Hall secured, and we're going for some more percentage there with the Royal Champion on that north-hand side. There's a lot of damage still, and there's a bunch of traps popping up, which will just slow down that Royal Champion.
Yeah, Gaku trying his best here, but unfortunately, just again, he's finding a little bit of struggles here as the opener this weekend for Navi. This one able to get better percent than some of his previous attacks. 86 on this one will give them, I believe, the slight percentage lead over Clash Champs, but both teams starting out with a little bit of a struggling attack. Maybe they've just been saving their better bases for the tail end of this tournament.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've got the 4% lead now, 4 buildings in favor of Navi. It's just so minute. I mean, it still could go either ways after the next few rounds of attacks. So Clash Champs, again, they need to bring the power and get those triples on the board that they've been showing us throughout the last few wars.
Definitely, I think they need to live up to their name of having the best offensive stats moving into the start of this tournament, because we all know how dominating Navi can be on the second half of these matches. Their closers are so good. I think Klaus and Kazuma have been perfect so far this weekend, so we'll see what they're going to be able to bring to the table. But Clash Champs with a Zap Lalo here, 7 lightning spells, and an Earthquake. He's probably going to be going for a scatter shot with that number of zaps, and he is indeed able to hit the scatter shot, the Expo, and a range tower on top of that to set up this upcoming hero dive.
Yeah, great start to hit to this attack, which is going to give us some really nice funding. And we've also got that one Yeti clearing out some of those buildings on the outskirts of this base, and a wizard in here as well just to get some additional value. And we've got that double Expo that is being distracted by that golem for these heroes, which is very nicely spotted and very well dealt with. And we do have access to both the Eagle Atsuri compartment and this multi-inferno area, and a little bit of funding there around that 9 o'clock area, and a few hidden tests popping up here. So we've got that Royal Champion on cleanup duty around the outskirts of this compartment, and we're freezing in here as well because there's quite a bit of damage coming in, and we have to make sure that this log launcher does do the damage that we need. It's not actually doing damage on this multi-inferno though, but the walls will be open.
The walls will be open, and the troops coming out of that log launcher are going to path perfectly in toward the middle section of the base, and he's wasting no time at all to start this Lalo. Here comes CC troops, a couple super minions. We got the poison spell to help out. The Yeti Mites might be able to damage this monolith a little bit unless they get too close to that Expo. Nope, they will. That might also pre-trigger the Invis Tower. Nope, definitely not going to. The Queen has her ability, going to pop it there, beat through the wall. Balloons making their way to the Town Hall. He's got a couple freezes to work with, a couple haste to work with, but I am a little worried about this Town Hall section as the Invis Tower gets a chance to go off, and balloons are going right by it, Coco.
They are flying flying past this town hall. We do have that one loon, which does trigger a bunch of traps and the tornado, which will help out for the loons when they do backtrack towards it. And with that final haste, we're trying to speed them up. There should be enough to get that town hall down. And the single Inferno is also distracted, but that loon goes down here as well. And it is so close. We do manage to get that town hall down there at the very, very end there. Very close attack here from Patalino, but unfortunately not enough power to push through that single Inferno.
Wow, it is so close indeed. 93%, and he's still going to get a couple more buildings here with that Phoenix and Archer on the right side of the base. Oh, man. We've been seeing Rage Tower after Rage Tower after Rage Tower on these base setups, but this one, Gaku's showing you how a well-designed invis tower placement around a town hall section can really come in clutch if the attacker doesn't handle it perfectly. This one's going to end up getting all the way to 97%. Jeez, nice try, Clash Champs, but still another defense, and we have not yet seen a 3-star in this match.
No triples yet, but again, high percentage 2 stars from Clash Champs. And if they don't get a triple on Clash Champs' base now, I mean, Clash Champs are in a very good position.
Yeah, Clash Champs with some great percent there, so now I guess the pressure back onto Navi. We'll see if they can step up to the plate here, get a 3-star. I think in pretty much all their matches this weekend, the first 2 attacks have been consistently failing, I think except with the exception of their first match where Yuta hit that nice 3-star right away. But it's been common for Navi to kind of have a slowing start. They got to wait, get the ball running, and then once they start accelerating, they just never take their foot off the gas.
Definitely, so I can't wait to see the next attack if they'll bring the power on that one. I mean, they really need to try and recover on percent, let alone those stars. So here we go. Yuta, as you mentioned, has been doing pretty well since coming out of retirement to play back with his team, and he fits in perfectly into this team, and they've played together for several years, and they know how to do it, and they know how to get it done. And we're just coming in with some more twin hog attack. We got that combo, and this one is actually quite heavy on the super hog side.
It is 11 super hogs, and I only see 2 normal hogs, unless he already used a couple early. I'm not sure, but there's the first rage spell. Getting Queen in toward the scatter shot, toward the enemy Archer Queen. He definitely wants that rage spell to last long enough for him to take out both the Queen and the scatter shot. Gonna have to invest a freeze there as well to make sure Queen stays alive. Okay. King, and look at this, a siege barracks being used with the King on a Hog Rider attack, and the Royal Champion warded, and Super Hogs right away with still more than 2 minutes on the clock, and the Town Hall's not even awake. He's got the Quake spell to wake it up, though. Look at this.
Yeah, really nicely done with the Quake spell to make sure that the Town Hall was an active defense and everything can push through and get that done. Unfortunately, we do lose the Queen, though, after that right-hand side compartment, and the healers are going to try and keep everything alive through that Giga Poison. But we'll see how this one pans out. The World Champion's going for that scatter shot there. Everything is raged up here. The defense is doing a bunch more damage, so we invest that heal spell to make sure that Yuta's Hogs can push through and get that multi-inferno down with another freeze coming in here, and we still have the World Champion and 2 more spells at hand to push through those last few defenses.
I thought the Queen dying early here was going to be devastating for the attack, but the healer swap onto these Super Hogs has been crazy. These Super Hogs got way more value than they should have because of these healers keeping them alive. The Royal Champion, the King, able to get through the monolith. He still has the RC ability. He still has a free spell, an invis spell. This is just insane. Look at the smile on his face. He knows he got away with that one. I don't know if he thinks it deserves a triple, but the healer swap was phenomenal, and he's gonna be able to get it done. Not only barely squeak by, but he triples with 2 swag spells. How about that?
What a beautiful attack here from Yuta, and this is exactly what Navi needed, and now they are taking the lead. Since the hits from Clash Champs, they were nice, but they just didn't get that 3-star on the board. So giving that 1-star lead to Navi is going to be huge, pushing forwards towards those last few attacks in this war.
It definitely is. Clash champs have got to kick it into high gear now, because usually when Navi start accelerating, they do not stop. So I expect quite a few more triples from them here in this matchup. So Clash champs, they got to get their plans together. They can't afford any more 2-stars here. I think they need to start tripling out.
Oh, definitely. And they really have to see what bases that we've got there on the last few end there of Clash Champs as well. They did do pretty well yesterday on defense as well, but I mean, it's the world champions that they're facing. They know how to pick a base apart.
Definitely Navi showing that they can handle pretty much any of these bases. I'm very curious to see how that attack would have gone if the Queen stayed alive and healers were on the Queen, and how much value the Super Hogs would have gotten in the core, because I was kind of questioning it there for a little bit, but it was really fun to see the healers swap over to the Super Hogs and just carry them through the entire base. I mean, that almost felt like old school Town Hall 13 Queen Charge hybrid, where the Queen would die early, but it's okay because you just get the healer swap and the hybrid never dies.
Yes, that is very true. And we got Clash Champs up next. Leo is coming in with some mass hog attacks, and we're starting off. Oh, look, we found a hidden tester nice and early as well for that Queen Charge. And we've also got that Flame Flinger coming through on that southern side. A Giant coming in, which is going to eat up the damage here. It's not going to be enough, so this Flame Flinger does take a bit of damage, and the hidden testers are just out of range here for the Flame Flinger to get them down. And Queen starting to near that scatter shot compartment now, since we already had that wall breaker coming in from Leo to make sure that the Queen does have access to get that scatter shot down.
It's looking good so far from Leo. The Queen Charge Hogs has been a really popular attack strategy today. He's using a baby dragon, sneaky goblins to help funnel on the left side of the base. The Flame Flinger is able to secure some pretty decent value in front of the Town Hall section here. He does have one normal wall breaker and one more super wall breaker. Is he going to try to target that air sweeper compartment? If he hits the perfect junction on the bottom side of the air sweeper, Queen will have access to both the Town Hall and the Inferno Tower.
Yeah, it is important to note that that Flame Flinger as well is going to be going for that Town Hall area. Sometimes they use Zap Quakes to make sure the Town Hall is active, but we have that very close, compact spell tower there, which is going to make sure that the aura from those hits will be able to activate the Town Hall. And as you can see, we open up the walls though to that Town Hall compartment, and the Queen's going to start doing some damage on this Town Hall.
Yes, the King locks onto the Flame Flinger, takes it out, and a lot of rocket balloons coming out. They're going to snipe a couple of defenses here, maybe assist the Queen a bit. Unfortunately, Queen was not able to get access to that left multi, and it's hit the healers now. He's going to try to invest some more spells to keep these healers alive. He's got the Hog Riders moving through the upper side of the base. No healing spells for them, but he will pop the Warden ability early. The Poison Tower on defense could cause a lot of problems here. He's got the Skeleton spell to help distract over by the scatter shot, going to invest a freeze for this left Inferno Tower. The Queen and the healers managed to stay alive. She's doing a decent job with her ability still intact. The Royal Champion and the Diggy gonna stun the scatter shot, even with all the Hog Riders fizzling out early. The heroes here might just be able to carry Leo all the way to a 3-star.
I mean, we have both of those hero abilities and 2 free spells to help push through those last few defense. Leo has absolutely crushed it. Didn't even need those last 2 free spells, and what a beautiful triple. And this is exactly what Clash Champs needed, and the pressure is on for Navi because they need to triple if they want to hold that lead, since Clash Champs had the advantage with some really nice high percentage 2-stars.
It was a beautiful attack from Clash Champs, perfectly executed. They are right back in this match, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope it's going to come all the way down to the wire. I want it to come down to the very last attack to decide who wins. We'll see if that'll be the case, but both these teams feel the pressure. Both these teams know how to handle the pressure, and they're doing pretty well now.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well. I mean, the next triple on the board, I mean, the last attack was really nice. Even though we didn't get access to that multi-inferno like you mentioned, it was really nice that we were able to protect those healers. We saw that they were taking damage and we kept them alive, which meant that Queen was still healthy towards the very end of the attack. And as you saw, that Queen ability didn't go off until the very, very end.
Yeah, he didn't even need the Queen ability, didn't even need all the spells. I still find it fascinating, even though we've already mentioned it several times, that these players don't even need healing spells for the Hog Rider attacks anymore. It kind of baffles me a little bit, but I think a little bit of that is due to the new level of the Hogs. They're able to just push far enough to give the champion enough room to finish off the base. But here we go with Stars in with the next attack, and he's back to the Lalo. 6 lightning spells, 1 earthquake will clear that right side compartment, an expo, a bomb tower, an inferno tower, and here he goes with the hero dive from the upper side of the base.
Again, we do love to see that the log launcher coming in with the hero dive can do some nice value as well, because those early logs being thrown out of the machine can do some damage on these multi-infernos, but also give them access further to the core of the base here. And as you can see, that king ability goes off. One more log should be opening up those first round of walls. The only problem is here is that the king's gonna go down. He'll get a revive, and that queen's trailing around the outside, which means you have to rely on those troops coming out of the log launcher to get this monolith down.
I love how he brought 1 rocket balloon in his log launcher, and look what it went and targeted the Eagle artillery from the left side. Nothing to stop that balloon. Perfectly done from Stars. The Queen on this left side just beating on the wonkiest wall because she really wants the Lava Hound, but as soon as the wall's dead, she says, never mind, I don't need the Lava Hound, we'll get the scatter shot after all.
Yeah, looking pretty good now, and we've got a lot again going on around this base here, around that town hall compartment. Let's see how these loons deal with it as we start to approach them. We freeze this inferno. We've got to haste to speed these loons up there as well. We're freezing the town hall so we don't take too much damage. And again, early warden ability means that a bunch of these loons are going to stay stuck in that town hall area. The tornado is going to be whirling them all around, and all of these loons fall from the sky, but we still got that Royal Champion, a skeleton spell to distract the damage, and also Headhunters perfectly placed here to get that Royal Champion down to protect the Royal Champion. She still has her ability, and we've also got that poison at hand if needed.
Stars again going with the style of Lalo, where he just wants the Warden group to make it to the Town Hall and die there, and then he's got the Royal Champion with the skeleton spell for the other side of the base with a backup Lava Hound. The only problem on this attack was that Lava Hound staying alive, potentially contesting the Royal Champion, but he distracted it for long enough with one of those skeleton spells perfectly. Down go all the defenses, and Stars is gonna be able to walk away with another 3-star here for Navi.
Stars has been on fire. I mean, that was such a really nicely broken down attack. And as you mentioned, that 1 rocket loon for the Eagle artillery was insane value.
It was indeed so smart. I mean, these guys are just able to think about every single detail of their attacks, sometimes even when they only have a few minutes to come up with these plans. You can just tell the experience of these players. They've been clashing for years at the top level, and they know what they're doing.
Oh, they definitely do, and the stats show it here. As you can see, Navi do have the lead still, 8 stars to 7, and percentage is also in favor of Navi after that round of attacks. Only 2 hits left each, and we've had quite the variety in here. We've seen quite a lot of Hog favoritism, I feel like, here in Lalo, but it's nice to see that we also brought some Skelly Donuts and also some hero dives in there. It's quite nice to see.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of versatility, a lot of ground attacks, a lot of air attacks. I feel like in this matchup, we haven't seen any smash attacks yet, but I do think both these teams tend to stay away from the smash attacks. They only bring it out every once in a while, and we can see that yet again here with Clash Champs electing to go with another Skelly Donut, leading into a Lalo type attack. He's going for the Clan Castle building, and I believe the Expo. Down goes the Expo, down goes the CC. The perfect start so far for Lou.
Yeah, looking good. Get that nice value down in that right-hand side, and the Clan Castle troops don't need to worry about them on later on in the attack. And we've got Giant with a bowler to try and clear out some more of those defenses around the outside there, which is also going to help a little bit for funneling purposes. And unfortunately, we didn't actually get that one the spell factory down there, but Bowler will be able to return to finish that off. There was, I think, a builder out there repairing it and countering that bowler, and in the meanwhile, we've got that queen, and we're hoping to get that queen in towards the Sea Glacieri area, whilst the king clears up towards the Scattershot area.
Everything's shaping up quite nicely so far for Loop. The king goes left in toward the Scattershot compartment like I think he wanted. The queen gonna have access to the multi and the eagle. A couple of Teslas distracting her. Actually take out the unicorn, but it's not the end of the world. Queen still has ability. And once again, I think we're gonna see this style of Lalo where they pop the ward ability right away. He hopes the battle blimp troops are able to take out the town hall quick enough to where the balloons completely dodge the Giga Poison. You can see the Lava Hound still at full health on the upper side of the base, and ooh, this Giga Poison might do a lot of damage after all.
Yeah, the Giga Poison picking off a lot of those loons there in that area, and that one hound is testing for any potential traps. And on that right-hand side is those last few loons coming there from the north, and we still have a bunch still at hand to deploy, and the Royal Champion can get some really nice value since Loop was also deployed the skeleton spell to distract the Scattershot and the Royal Champion, and also they're so close so you can simultaneously freeze them at the same time. And the only problem I see here is that Monolith, but Royal Champion has her ability, and we have an invisibility still at hand. But what's going to happen with the king?
Look at this. The king chasing skeletons toward the upper side of the base actually pulls the king away from the Royal Champion. She might just be able to get past the king without actually having to fight him. The Diggy stuns the Monolith, and he's gonna be able to make it work. Wow, that's absolutely crazy. How much value the Royal Champion can get late in this attack when you combine her with the skeleton spells, with the invisibility spells. I mean, I feel like she cleared at least 10 defenses, if not more.
Oh yeah, the Royal Champion was really good. I still can't believe the king was on chase up all the way towards that northern side, following those skeletons, which was really, really good value for that Royal Champion. That worked out very perfectly for Loop.
It did. I mean, that's 3 or 4 triples in a row now. Both of these teams have really kicked it into high gear, and I'm loving it. That 3-star right there will keep Clash champs in this, but they're only 2 stars ahead of Navi. So Navi, if they hit another triple here, will be able to maintain their lead. We still got Kazuma and Klaus coming up, the heaviest hitters for Navi. How do you think they're feeling right now?
I think they're going to be in a good position because they've had a lot of time to prep their attacks on these last few bases that are standing, and they're very consistent in the last few days. I mean, Kazuma and Klaus, they've been doing pretty well. I mean, Kazuma had a really phenomenal hit that we did break down in yesterday's first day of the finals, and I just can't wait to see what they bring today.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And Kazuma and Klaus have been doing so good these last few days. And let's see what Kazuma brings to the table today, because he's going to use some more of that combo hog action with a queen charge. But look at this. He's bringing a recall spell into the mix as well. This is going to get spicy. He decides to send the queen on the bottom side of the base. Flame Flinger from the left. Queen can't reach that multi until she steps inside one of those open wall segments, or maybe he just wants to recall her before she even gets close to it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit tough down here to know. I mean, we've already got those 5 healers. Haven't deployed any just yet. We've got 4 of them coming in here now just to help the queen out. Oh, we found 2 Seeking Air Mines with a beautiful Coco Loon that Kazuma deployed there on the south, protecting these healers. And we got some more funneling, but we've got those hidden testers popping up here. Let's see how that affects the queen charge. And the Flame Fling is working through that left-hand side. We can step forwards and go for that scatter shot. We do find some traps. Some skeletons are starting to approach that Flame Flinger there, and they don't go down to the aura, which means there's a lot of damage going to come in on that Flame Flinger. We do deploy that Valkyrie, but we'll see if it will be enough. And in the meanwhile, Kazuma has recalled the queen, and we've got some funneling there on that left-hand side for the queen to continue her pathing around that town hall.
He redeployed the queen on this left side of the base, wants her to step up, fight the enemy champion, and make her way in toward the town hall section through some of these open walls. We'll see if she can perfectly step up and fight the champion. If not, the Flame Flinger might end up attracting the defensive royal champion here in a second. This timing could be a little bit awkward. In fact, she did. And look at that. The timing's even more awkward because it pulled the queen to the side. So now the queen might not go in for the town hall at all.
Yeah, because she can reach over these walls and go for those defenses in the buildings on the northern side. We do try and use an invisibility, but the queen, she goes down, and Kazuma now has to try and get a plan B at hand here to make sure that we get that town hall down. We are able to utilize these last few healers that we have by sending in all these hogs towards that town hall compartment. A freeze going off here as well. The town hall's going to do so much damage. So Kazuma's have to invest that warden ability here.
That was so unfortunate, the queen stepping the way she did. He's got to go into plan B here, like you said. Takes the town hall, able to already secure the 2-star. Now it's about trying to pick up as much percent as possible. Navi did, I believe, have the slightly better percent before this attack started. But if Kazuma can't get some decent percent here, that might change, and Clash Champs might be able to steal the lead. He's got healers on the champion right now, which is actually looking pretty decent. 3 more spells still to be utilized, and luckily he saved 8 Hog Riders for some of these outside defenses to be used in front of the Wizards. He's actually picking up some okay percent after all.
Oh, he's actually even using an invisibility spell to protect that final Hog Rider to try and get that scatter shot down, as well as freezing it here. There's a bunch of skeletons there, but even if there's no time left, and this is a little bit lower here though, coming in from Kazuma, and this is looking pretty good for Clash Champ. It's quite unfortunate on that attack because I like the recall to get the queen into that town hall compartment, but it was just unfortunate that she got pulled all the way to that left-hand side.
Perfectly explained. I love the plan as well, but sometimes the timing, the luck just isn't in your favor. That defensive royal champion messing everything up, and look at the percent now. Clash Champs have taken the lead over Navi by, I believe that's 9 buildings. So Clash Champs can actually win this match right here, right now, with a 3-star on their last attack if they're able to get it through.
Yeah, the pressure is on. If they get it done with this one, it will secure them and will put them through into the next round. We do have Tribe Gaming waiting to see who they'll be facing, and Salino's going to be ending off strong here with some Zap, Quake, Queen Charge Lalo. Interesting that we're doing a Queen Charge Lalo on this one as well, because the Zap, Quake part is already utilizing a lot of the spells, and now we're going to be using a lot of more spells for the Queen Charge, which is not going to leave a lot left for the Lalo.
Yes, I always find it interesting when players decide to bring the lightning spells and the earthquake on the queen charge attacks. Did we just experience another disconnect? I'm not sure what's going on here.
Technical difficulties there.
Not sure yet. We might jump back into the attack if it's still going on, but I always find it super interesting to see the lightning spells and the earthquake. No, I don't think it was a disconnect, just a little spectator wonkiness. But Queen on the top side of the base here, going towards the other Expo, the other Inferno Tower. She already took out the Eagle Artillery early from the top side here, and we're going to see a quick early Lalo again. Ward ability right away. Battle Blimp for the Town Hall. Let's see how much damage these balloons can do.
Yeah, we got that Rage in here, which is buffing all these defenses. We've already used that Warden ability, as you mentioned, and getting that Town Hall down. We're trying to avoid this Giga Poison. We've done multiple different attacks, but unfortunately it's still too much. This Rage spell going off, and that Multi-Inferno did way too much damage here, and we've lost every single one of those loons. But have a look at the army composition. We still have a mini Lalo still to deploy here to try and get as much value as possible. We're going to see how that Queen Charge pans out and where we can use as much value as possible from that last Hound and those last few loons.
He does have that mini Lalo. The only downside is 0 spell support whatsoever. No haste, no freezes. He's going to try to go straight at the multi, but the balloons are going to be so slow to get there. The queen pops her ability. The champion pops her ability, and down goes that last air defense. If these balloons can take out that multi, and they do, just barely with a sliver of health left. Look at that. Salino gets it done for his team. You can see the excitement on his face because that means they have eliminated Navi from this tournament, and Clash Champs will be moving forward into the final 3.
What a nice attack to end it. So strong there for Clash Champs. And as you can see, that they started slow, and with every single attack, they just got better and better. And it paid off towards the very, very end because, I mean, that 197 that they had and then tripling it all the way through. Very, very strong performance, and they will be facing Tribe Gaming. It's not just over yet in this war, though. We have one more attack coming in, and we have Klaus to end it off here for Navi. Let's see if we can end it with a bang, even though they will not be able to catch up.
Hopefully he can give us something entertaining to end the match. Klaus always doing some fun attacks, even when he's going super try-hard mode. He seems to do something out of the ordinary. He's just one of those special players. But very nice attacks all around from Clash Champs. They found a way to take out 3 out of these 5 Navi bases. They have the better percent. They've already guaranteed themselves that spot in the final 3. Like you said, they'll be going up against Tribe Gaming right after this match. So make sure you don't go anywhere, guys. Get your popcorn, get ready, because we've got some amazing matches still to come. But let's go ahead and see what Klaus is going to be able to do with his final attack here.
Here we go. Klaus is coming in, and we're bringing in those hogs. And I see we've also got a skeleton spell as well as a bat spell and a bunch of invisibility. So we got that potential for that Skelly Bat Donut. What do you think?
Oh, we do. But he misses that first invis spell, makes both the Monolith and the Clan Castle invisible. Already up to a rough start as a bunch of those bats died right away. But luckily, he still had enough bats to take out the Monolith. Question is, did he lose too many Skellies to take out the CC building? And I think the answer is yes. The Clan Castle stays up.
Yeah, very unfortunate that stays up because we have no more spells to help counter that. We don't have an extra Titan here either, and it's sat there in the core of the base. And of course, he got that one. The blimp that cleared out that one Inferno. We see that quite a lot to help relieve some pressure from these heroes that will start to path towards it. You do want to see that Town Hall go down nice and early because you don't want it to be a problem for these hogs.
Exactly. You can see how the plan is shaping up. The Queen on the outside of the base meant to go all the way for the scatter shot. Look how he brings the normal wall breakers to bust open that Tesla compartment. Fun to see the normal wall breakers. The King pathing inside toward the Town Hall section with the Phoenix ability to help him out. He should be able to secure the Town Hall. I say should, but I question it with the CC troops still here because the Skelly Donut didn't work out. These archers are actually going to distract the King for quite some time.
Yeah, this is a little bit problematic here for Klaus. The revive on that King, but we're not touching that Town Hall just yet, and the King goes down, and we have to move on to plan B now and make sure that we can get that Town Hall down with these hogs and the World Champion. We've got them already coming in from that northern side from Klaus, and that Town Hall beams are going to hit so hard. And good thing that we can path from these defense to defense directly into the Town Hall compartment. But once we do, that vulnerability is already worn off. We actually avoid that Giga Poison quite nicely, but the Eagle Artillery hits so hard, picking off so many of Klaus's hogs.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate here. He just doesn't have quite enough spell support to help these Hog Riders push through the back end of the base. He was relying heavily on not even having to worry about that Town Hall with the Hog Riders. He still manages to pick up more percent than I thought he would have with that Town Hall staying up for as long as it did. He gets above the 70% mark, still has some outside wizards here, picking up more and more percentage points. Bit unfortunate, but oh well, a decent recovery for Klaus and a well-deserved victory for Clash Champs today. They proved to have some solid bases in this matchup that gave Navi a tough time, and on top of that, Clash Champs had some stellar attacks to show us.
Yeah, coming out in clutch there, 74%, beautiful defense, which will make sure that Clash Champs do have the advantage, and we'll be going through to the next round to face